Yo, what's up, body bags? I want to do a quick review for a film by Michael Suave, I think you say his name, but this was the last Michael Suave film I needed to watch. And oddly enough, it was his directorial debut. For some reason, I'd never seen it. I've heard good things about it. I see like the remake on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but I wanted to watch this one before I watched that. But essentially, this is filmed like a giallo. It looks like a giallo. It's a slasher though, only because there is no murder mystery. You kind of know who's killing them, like off rip. So it's essentially a slasher. But what it is pretty much is there's this stage play going on where this killer has like an owl mask and all that, and it shows you that whole setup with this play first, and then the killer's released from this like institution, or he escapes, and he ends up killing people all involved with this stage play, and that's essentially the story. Now I gotta say the killer looked really badass. I really dig this owl mask. It's really ridiculous looking. I don't know. Yeah, there is a picture in there. I don't know if you can see that too well, but that's the mask right there. But he looks really cool. I really dig the whole look of him. I think the kills are pretty badass. There's a kill in particular where he has this giant drill, and he drills through the door into this woman, and really bloody, really badass, and just kind of like an eerie vibe to the whole thing, pretty much. And I thought the acting was okay. The main girl who plays the hooker in the play and ends up getting fired and all that, I thought she was pretty good. I really dug the black dude. I can't remember, Willie I think his name was, and he had a cat named Lucifer, which I thought was pretty cool. Other than that, it all pretty much takes place in this like a stage hall or whatever you would call it, a venue. It mostly takes place in that, so it is a pretty isolated film. But there's not really any mystery. That's the only weird thing about this film, is you think you're watching a giallo, but there's just no mystery or anything. So it's a really strange movie to watch, but that's all I can really say about the movie. It was pretty fun. It's definitely my favorite out of all Michael Suave's films. Like, I like the Sect and the Church, that were pretty good, but this one's definitely my favorite. And I like this better than, or I may like Delamore better, or Cemetery Man. But yeah, this one's definitely worthy of a watch or a pickup. I mean, you can find it for 15 bucks, 10 bucks everywhere, so it's definitely worthy of pickup if you haven't seen it. Blue Underground did a really good job with the transfer. There was a lot of scenes that look really good, especially there's a set piece at the end where everyone's kind of set up in position and they're dead, kind of like the ending of Sleepaway Camp 3, I think, where they're all set up in that little thing that Angela's got. But yeah, I really like that end set piece. It was actually kind of eerie. And there's like a little scene at the end where Willie and the girl go back to the stage hall, and it's pretty intense. But yeah, I really dug the movie. It's one of my favorite Italian movies I've seen so far recently. So I've seen a lot of good Italian films, so that's a really high recommendation if I'm saying it's one of the best. But as far as extras go, it's got an interview with director Michelle or Michael Suave, Theater of Delirium, head of the company, interview with star David Brandon, which I think is the director of the play, like the main dude in the play. Then there's Blood on the Stage Floor, interview with star Giovanni Lombardo Radice. I'm curious as to what part he played in that, because I actually like that dude from the Cannibal movies and stuff. The Owl Murders, interview with makeup effects artist Pietro Tenaglio. The Sound of Aquarius, interview with composer Simon Boswell. Theatrical trailer and poster and still gallery. And I want to end the review with saying this has some of the best 80s saxophone sounding music. So if you're going to watch it for anything, it's a really 80s sounding soundtrack. All the outfits look incredibly 80s. I don't even know what year this came out. 87. So yeah, that explains. The movie feels really dated as far as music and costuming goes. So, that's my quick review of Stage Fright. Really decent film. Definitely worthy of any slasher collection. I feel like if you're going to make a slasher collection, Stage Fright has to be in there. Just because it's a cool mix of giallo and slasher, and it has a really bizarre feel to it. And the mask rides that line between goofy and eerie. So, some parts it looks goofy, some parts it actually looks kind of terrifying. So, that's my review. I'll see y'all next Monday. Peace.